but it's up to you. Now you have a choice. I did bring it.
Let's do it. It's fine. I don't mind wearing an apron. It didn't. I mean, I did think. I have thought about my t-shirt a bit better this time. I thought if she brings the same apron,
it'll look good.
Guys, video number 2.
Yeah, we did it. We did the first one.
Me and Dana do cooking.
We're not going to show it to anyone because it's garbage. No,
it's on here. It's just the previous video.
Yeah, so I'm Dana, and I'm a nutritionist here in Abu Dhabi.
I'm Tim. I'm a trainer / fitness and stuff.
And I'm here to help the fitness guy with some nutrition tips. Some tips and tricks.
I don't cook much.
Why don't you cook? Like
because of this. Because of me. You're going to show me. Yeah, because of this. Yeah. Because you're not here all the time.
Because I'm not here. But like it's a time thing for most people, right?
So it's time, knowing what to buy when I go shopping, and not buying stuff that's just gonna go off and waste.
I know. I feel like when we go to the grocery store, we have all these like big ambitions.
And I often get to the till and look at it and go, "What am I gonna cook with this?" They must think I'm a nutcase. There's nothing here that is gonna make one dish. But when I get back up here, I've got something that'll fill me for the evening, and probably something for breakfast the next morning. Done.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy stuff. And so one thing that I think that people like miss out on is a lot, like potato. You were saying that you don't get enough potatoes in because they take too long.
No, my carb go-to at the minute is to get some carbs in. I go to the Uncle Ben's microwave rice.
You should apologize for that.
We'll do rice next time.
We'll
Potatoes.
do rice next time.
Rice.
We're going to go through a carbohydrate tour with Tim.
It is embarrassing.
Okay, but we are going to do potatoes today, and the wonderful thing about these potatoes is they're ready to go already. So we've cooked these.
What Dana did to those last night, we're going to do to mine now, right?
So these are yours now. These are the pre-Dana potatoes.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to do this. All you have to do is steam these potatoes whole.
Okay.
Can you do that? In the bowl. Okay. No, just steam potatoes.
I'm going to edit anything out that makes me look stupid.
Okay, that's fine. So you can take whatever creative liberties.
So what we're doing in
We're
here.
going to put these right in here.
Yeah.
To steam the potatoes whole.
You asked me about steaming last time, and I told you I don't steam much.
Steaming things is one of the best ways to cook things from a nutritional standpoint because it cooks them in its whole form and you don't lose any of the nutrients in the water. So when you boil broccoli, beans, like I did last time, you actually lose some of the nutritional value into the water. So it's fine if you're making soups and stocks, but if you want to eat this potato, you'll lose a lot of the antioxidants and phytonutrients into the water that you don't drink. So.
See, that's a Dana tip.
So what you're going to do is you're just going to fill up the pot until the bottom of the potato is like barely being touched, you can see.
Yep.
Then you turn this on high, and then you put a lid on it, and then you walk the fuck away. It depends on the size of the potato, but I usually cook them for about 15 minutes and then give them a poke with a fork.
15 minutes? That's good.
Yeah, so it's pretty fast even to do it this way.
Yeah.
I'm just going to come on this side. But it's pretty fast to do it that way over baking or frying, and what you can do is like it just cuts out like hours of time, and then this potato can be whatever the fuck you want it to be, right? Like it doesn't have to go into a potato salad like we're gonna do. It can just be like breakfast potatoes or mashed potatoes or anything, and it's still ready in 15 minutes and holds in all those nutrients. But for today's
that's new to me. That is new to me, I have to say.
Steaming whole potatoes?
Steaming? No, I mean I should not say that, but it's not something I do. I boil potatoes.
Yeah.
I boil and mashed potatoes. I've boiled and then baked potatoes, made oven chips that way, just so it's a bit soft. Yeah.
It's good. Steaming potatoes like this is new to me too. Like I've just been doing a lot of potato research actually. So
right, because I've requested it.
No, I was doing it on my own. But what you do, so after the potatoes are cooked, you actually want to cool them for 24 hours, and that's what these potatoes are.
See, that's where I'd go wrong.
Yeah.
I'd come in from work and go, right, 15-minute potatoes, let's go. But you're going to say now that they need to be done the day before.
Well, if they're done the day before, so you're going to have some meal prep done. You'll have some of these potatoes cooked already, and you can just heat them up. You can heat them up in the oven, you can heat them up in a pan. But the super cool part about these potatoes that have been cooked and then cooled is their super easily digestible starch is then turned into a resistant starch, which is not digestible, has a lower glycemic load, so it doesn't spike your blood sugar. And what else do they do? Some other shit too. Oh yeah, feeds your good gut bacteria.
Sits in your gut for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then it feeds that bacteria in there, and it actually cleans your insides. So that's what these potatoes are. But you don't have to. You can still have the potatoes like.
You can have them, obviously, but it's just not got the same benefits as you've just mentioned.
Not for the resistant starch.
Right.
So this is special resistant starch. Good poops.
Nothing's going to turn up that I'm just going to like not eat. If I said to you, come to me with a dish, then I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's better. It might be that I love it, and I'm a potato salad fan now.
Well, that's great. You
Yeah.
are going to be a potato salad fan. I feel like last time when I came, I was like, we're going to make pasta. You're like, I hate pasta.
I didn't say I hate pasta.
We're going to add anchovies. I hate that dish.
And I loved the dish.
I know you really
Result.
You did. So when you make the potato salad, you're just going to have the cold potatoes, and what we're going to do is we're just going to, that's kind of a pirate knife. You're just going to cut them into sort of bite-sized pieces, and we're going to leave the skins on. So like that's a good...
In the bowl?
And right into the bowl. I'm going to leave that with you.
Cool. The whole lot, yeah? The whole lot?
The whole lot.
Potato. I'm going to get back into shape, start to feel like a fitness trainer again thing. And sometimes harder throughout the week, a boring, less palatable diet for me stops me overindulging. If I've got a beautiful steak pie that's amazing and nutrient dense and within my calories and all the rest of it, I'm going to want a wine with it and I'm going to want a dessert after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're going to want a little bit more from it. Yeah, no, that's super common, and it's a biological thing.
Yes.
So it's biologically, you're actually doing what you're supposed to do. Because biologically, when you cut out all these hyper palatable tastes, you're actually much more likely to tune into your own body's signal of hunger and fullness.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're doing. You're just turning down the volume on everything else and turning up the volume on being like, oh, I'm full because it doesn't taste that nice, and I might as well stop eating it once I've gotten all the benefits that I can.
The first thing I notice is fast food salty stuff tastes far too salty.
Yeah.
Fast food sweet stuff tastes far too sweet. And my all of a sudden, fruit suffices as a sweet, and potato rice, seasoned well, now suffices as a salt. And I don't need to go crazy on any Pizza Express or any shit. You know?
Yeah, and you start to notice that shit doesn't really taste that good.
No.
Like it doesn't taste that good, and especially like texture and mouthfeel. Sometimes foods are just really greasy and salty, and they don't feel good. When like this will be satiating and have a good mouthfeel, and then you can control the salt as well. But yeah, I think a lot of people end up eating vegetables just because they think that they have to, and broccoli is like the number one vegetable. It like screeches health to people, and I'm not here to say that broccoli is unhealthy, because that is not true. But I will say that actually the most healthy vegetables in the store are not the green ones. It's the red and purple ones. You heard it here first. So beets, purple cabbage, dark leafy greens, those sorts of things. Purple carrots, heirloom varieties, purple onions even. All these things that are dark purple, and they have more antioxidants, more phytonutrients, and they also have anthocyanins, which are like one of the most powerful antioxidants. That's what everybody's always like, give me that acai antioxidant power. So just so you know. So we have some fresh dill here, and I brought two different types of alliums. It's basically a fancy word for onions. So we've got shallots and purple onion. If you're in Abu Dhabi, purple onions are everywhere and super easy to get.
And cheap,
And cheap. I prefer shallots, and they are around sometimes, but like you don't need them by any means.
You don't ask me to cook them, right?
These are nothing's being cooked.
Cooked.
Oh, yeah, no, you're definitely cutting these. Finish this however you're going to finish it. And then I'm going to, do you have an onion in your fridge? I'll show you.
There might be, but you might want to check before I ruin this one.
You're not going to ruin anything. Like, you're not gonna ruin anything.
I think normal people that watch this will be able to sympathise with me here and just be like, yeah, that's what I'd do to an onion. So I've just chopped it right down the middle because Dana said just go for it.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do. How you would do it is you actually want to cut down the middle first. So this move that you did here, cut down the middle first.
Would you have done that when it was hot?
Yes. So the skin's still on. So this is, imagining this is a purple onion. Skin's still on, and then there's this little tail end, and then this is the core right here. The core is what makes you cry. So we're not going to cut that right away. Cut that off. And then you remove the skin. So you were not wrong at all. There was nothing wrong with what you did. It was just a little bit of a different order. And now, we're kind of in the same place.
Are you using both?
Yeah, why not? Doesn't matter. They're both very similar as far as flavor goes.
That's funny.
And then, when it comes to chopping the onion, I'm going to show you on this one. So we're going to watch our fingers for sure. Normally, you would leave this little butt, the little core in there, so you could hold on to it.
Right.
That little bit there.
Yeah.
And you would hold on to it like this, and you can actually slice right down the middle.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, and then that's already like a totally minced onion, right? Like, so that's like ready to go. All you have to do is break it up. So this one, you would do it like a little bit harder without the little butt, and very carefully. And it's the same sort of thing.
Cool.
We're gonna try with that one. So we didn't measure this, but who cares? I'd say about that much.
What's in there, about 500 grams of potatoes?
A
A bit less?
bit more actually.
More.
Yeah, I think about 7.
Now I can cut celery.
You're gonna cut celery? I'm so excited to see this.
You're going to tell me I'm doing this wrong, aren't you?
No, you're not doing anything wrong. No, this is fine. That's perfect.
Stop being too nice. Remember your friend told you he was too nice to me?
Okay, this is garbage. No, you're not. This is perfect. This is exactly what you want. But wait, just 1 second, because it's totally wrong. Stop. No, it's not wrong. I'm gonna get rid of these end bits, but because of like
I was
how.
right about that. I was right.
No, this is perfect for something else, but just with what we're doing, I would just
This one?
suggest that you would cut it in half.
Okay.
Down the middle here, and then continue exactly what you're doing. Just
Yeah.
because
Just
getting
so
a big
you want
chunker
small
of that in the dish isn't exactly what you want, but that's not a problem because these are still perfect. All you have to do is just right down the middle.
Cool.
So you want to do that to the other side?
Yeah.
Line them all up and swing.
I'm going to have to do a video where I'm the professional.
You want to train me?
Train you. Could train you for sure.
burpees.
But you know your thing, you know your stuff there as well. So.
I just want to take a moment and I just really want to appreciate
Tim's cooking.
Tim's
cutting.
Tim's cuts. Welcome to Tim's cuts. These are beautiful and you did a good job.
That looks chopped already, if I'm honest.
So these are capers. Do you like capers?
Yeah.
Lie.
Oh yeah. Anything that's vinegary and salty at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm down there.
It's like so this is your vinegar hit for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this a tiny little rough chop also. Potato, so like fat, salt, acid, and heat are like the general flavor bases for things. This is acid, so this is your acid. Every good potato salad should have a hit of acid. You can do this with capers or with pickles is really common, or like any kind of pickled veg. So you could even like pickled onions or pickled carrots. All right, so we have this.
Yeah.
This is all the ingredients that are going to go in here, and now we're going to, so this is our potato, celery, onion, capers, and fresh dill.
Cool.
And now we're going to make our sauce because you got to coat that shit. Now, I personally like to use tahini as often as possible.
Okay.
For many reasons. One, I think it's delicious. Two, it's a single-based ingredient food, so it's just sesame seeds, that's all it is. It's a really good source of fat, and we're in the Middle East, so it's pretty local.
Okay.
Most of the time. You can use any creamy base when making a potato salad. If you wanted to,
I'm
like,
glad you didn't bring mayonnaise.
I don't like mayonnaise at
Neither.
all. Yeah, it's not good. But if you wanted to do something that wasn't mayonnaise, that was more of like, for like a lean, like if you were on a cut, you can use 0% fadge, like the 0% Greek yogurt. Do you ever use that?
Yeah,
It's
in
like
fact, I finished it this morning, but yeah.
But it's
yeah.
like a protein yogurt.
That works,
basically.
does it? Yeah?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, so you can totally replace this, which is high fat, pretty high calorie. This is the same as peanut butter, because
Okay.
like it's like just a nut.
What are the calories in this? Have we got any idea of when it's...
I could work it out for you. It's probably like, what, we had 3 potatoes, probably 200 grams per potato-ish, 600 grams of potato, and then all this shit is like nothing.
Not counting.
And
yeah.
this is where you're gonna get a little bit more of a boost, but like you're gonna get probably 200 calories total from this. And so the only calories that you're getting are from the potato, this,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it. So
Yeah.
it's really low. Most of my cooking is super low calorie. So I would roughly add about 2 tablespoons. This isn't a tablespoon, it's a teaspoon. So 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon. But I'm not really measuring. So we got a nice little tahini base. And then Dijon mustard.
Cool.
So this is an awesome sauce base. I'm just
I
going to
love
use what's
In
left.
fact, I bet you I've got some if you want to add more to it.
So I'm going to add some honey too. Do you ever cook with honey?
I make a dressing. Do you want to know a dressing that I go to? Oh, it's embarrassing telling you stuff that probably no one else eats in the world.
Why do you know?
So it is mustard, balsamic vinegar, bit of pepper, and I put some honey in it.
I use the same dressing.
That's a dressing, right?
That's 100% a dressing. Dressings. I do an Italian one where I just add dried oregano,
Yeah.
and so then it's like Italian
Oregano.
All right. So this is honey, tahini, and salt, and that's it. So let's give it a try.
That's good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's simple, and I'm gonna do the honors
Going in.
right on top. And simple because you're gonna go. You don't want to like take away from all this goodness, right? The dill, the caper, the onion, the tater.
See, this is. I'll tell you when I'll make these. I think they're going to be made when.
You want to impress someone.
For someone, definitely. But also, like, you know, there are times when I want something to do in an evening and not just eat and watch telly. Like, I don't want to spend half an hour over cooking something and enjoying it rather than watching shit on TV that I don't really like anyway. Eating a bang average meal and then just so I've got more time watching telly. I think some people forget how enjoyable cooking can be.
I totally agree, and I think that people also forget how not stimulating television can be.
What protein are we going to add to this, or would you advise to go with it?
So what I would have with this, because it's like classic American, is a burger. And like I do bunless burgers, so you don't have to worry like.
So just a patty?
I do a patty with like cheese on it and then a lettuce wrap.
Okay.
And so, or like I'll serve it on a salad, which so you like get the pan nice and hot and grill up some ground beef and put some cheese on top. That's how I would probably do it. But you can serve this with anything, you know, like what I'm doing now is I'm just like folding things in kind of gently because the potatoes are pretty soft and I don't want this to turn into mashed potato,
No,
right?
exactly.
I want it to like, so I'm kind of just scooping and piling.
That's Tim's first potato salad there.
And now staple dish in Tim's house. Alright, so let's get some, I'll get a spoon and give it a try. And that was like when you would salt to taste too.
Yeah.
Always salt
What
to taste.
now?
Well, taste
Or just-
it. Let's taste it.
Am I using the serving
You
spoon?
can use a serving spoon. You're a big guy. You can handle it.
Oh, it's really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good, right?
What else am I going to say? It's amazing.
And it's super simple. You can easily put this together in 10 minutes if you're not teaching Tim how to cut things. And then it stays good in the fridge for, I don't know, probably 4 days or so. And that's it. We did it.
Awesome. Yeah,
Cheesy
we had to
high
make
five.
it cheesy high five.
This is the healthiest version of this potato that it can be, so.